Today, we're diving into a shadow pandemic, one that's quietly spreading across Europe, the devastating rise of crystal meth. We're going to explore the science that makes it so unbelievably addictive, its truly surprising history, and the very real human cost of a drug that promises you everything but delivers nothing but destruction.
Just think about that for a second. That's coming from someone who's been there, a former user. It's a chilling look into the seductive and frankly terrifying power of one of the world's most dangerous drugs. It's a high that feels like it can give you the world, but in the end, it just takes it all away.
So, how does someone get to that point? To really understand this crisis, we have to go beyond just the statistics and start with the people, the actual human beings at the heart of it. And for so many of them, this whole journey begins with a single moment of teenage curiosity.
So let me tell you about a young man named Dominic. His lifelong, brutal battle with addiction, it all started at a New Year's Eve party when he was just 14 years old. You know, he and his friends, they just wanted to buy some weed, but the dealer they found offered them crystal meth instead. He said that first feeling was like he could move mountains. Just this incredible, unbelievable rush of energy and confidence. But that feeling is a lie, because the drug immediately starts demanding more and more just to get back to it.
So, to chase that first amazing high, Dominic's methods had to get more and more extreme as his body built a tolerance. Snorting it? Too painful. Smoking and swallowing? They just weren't cutting it anymore. So at just 15 years old, he turned to injecting, the most direct and the most dangerous route there is. He describes that exact moment, the instant the drug hit his bloodstream, as the absolute best high he would ever experience. And that's the thing, right? This is the peak of the drug's appeal, but as we're about to see, it's also the point of no return.
Okay, now this is where the story takes a really weird turn. You see, this notorious street drug has a surprising and pretty dark history. It wasn't born in some back alley lab. It actually started as a mass market product with a respectable sounding name, Pervitin. Just take a look at this timeline. Pervitin was sold over the counter in 1938 as a wake-up pill. It was a bestseller. It was famously used by Nazi soldiers during the Blitzkrieg to stay awake and fight off fatigue. It took a full 50 years, all the way until 1988, for its medical use to finally be outlawed in Germany. 50 years.
And if you think that's wild, get this. A candy company, I'm not kidding, a candy company, literally sold chocolates laced with methamphetamine, and they marketed it as a cure for housewife's depression. Can you even wrap your head around that today? It was sold like it was just another common household remedy.
Okay, so let's fast forward to the present day. That legal wonder drug is long gone, and in its place is this vast, sophisticated criminal network that pipelines meth all across the continent.
And the heart of this entire network is Czechia. Its strong pharmaceutical industry provides the know-how, and its location is just perfect for distribution. In 2022 alone, police shut down over 200 illegal labs just in that one country.
The process itself is a pretty slick cross-border operation. The main ingredient, ephedrine, is bought legally, in bulk, as cold medicine over in Poland. Then it's brought to Czechia to be cooked into meth, and finally it's smuggled into Germany and fanned out across the rest of Europe. So what's driving all of this? Well, it's simple. Huge profit margins. Near the source in Czechia, a gram of meth might only cost 10 euros, but you get it inside a captive market, like a prison, and that price can quadruple. That immense profit is the fuel for this whole illicit engine. But why? Why is this drug so incredibly, powerfully addictive? What makes somebody risk literally everything for it? The answer, it's not about willpower, it's about chemistry. It's about how meth completely hijacks your brain's reward system. It all comes down to a neurotransmitter called dopamine. You've probably heard of it. It's the feel-good hormone. It's the chemical your brain releases when you experience pleasure. You know, eating amazing food, hitting a goal, falling in love. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, that was good. Do that again. Okay, now look at this chart. This is nuts. In orgasm, right? One of the most powerful natural human pleasures. It causes about an 80% increase in dopamine. Now, a single hit of crystal meth, it can trigger a 1,250% increase. That is an overwhelming flood that is up to 17 times more powerful. Your brain just isn't built to handle that. It's not even in the same league. So after a high that completely shatters your brain's natural limits,
The crash that follows is absolutely brutal. And that crash, that's what begins this vicious downward spiral of crime, devastating health issues, and just complete and total despair.
And for people like Dominic and another woman we're going to call Ashley, they faced it all. Homelessness, petty crime that just kept escalating, prison time. Not to mention the severe physical and psychological damage. They lost their families, their health, and ultimately themselves. For Ashley, after she'd already lost custody of her first child and was falling deeper and deeper into addiction, a second pregnancy became her turning point. The realization that she was carrying another child, that was the one powerful reason she needed to stop cold turkey. For Dominic, the catalyst was hitting rock bottom. Hard. He found himself deliberately trying to overdose, staring his own mortality right in the face. And he realized he had a very simple choice: keep using and die, or change. He chose to change, and he reached out for therapy.
But beating this addiction isn't just about getting clean. It's about rebuilding an entirely new life. It means leaving old friends, old places, old habits, everything behind. It means learning brand new ways to cope with life and finding a completely different perspective on the world.
And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. Dominic's story, Ashley's story, they show that even when you're in the deepest, darkest hole imaginable, recovery is possible. And as he puts it, it's about rediscovering the small joys, something as simple as an old lady's smile. It's about finding the color in a world that had turned completely gray.